leadership in science and innovation. The objectives of the celebrations: to promote awareness of advancements in science and technology, to foster creativity and innovation for a sustainable future, to provide a platform for knowledge exchange through expert discussions and competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, it should be our utmost pleasure and humblest effort to bring to your enlightened notice that it is a valuable tradition to have remarkable personalities from various walks of life to ignite and inspire the young minds. I deem it a rare privilege, absolutely delighted, along with the whole Physicist Degree College, to invite you to National Science Day celebrations. It is my honor to acknowledge the eminent personalities of the day. Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad, Chief Operating Officer, CRAMSN Research Park Private Limited, MSN Group of Companies, Department of Chemical Engineering, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. Dr. Kantipudi Narendra Babu, President, Prakash Educational Society, Tuni. We earnestly believe that your august presence will inspire and promote the scientific curiosity in young minds. Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply grateful for your august presence. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for prayer. I invite Vijayalakshmi Group to render the prayer. Dr. A.K.Tripathy, Head Department of Biochemistry and IQAC Coordinator, to acknowledge the occasion. Sir, could you please oblige us?
Respected Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, distinguished delegates, esteemed members from Sri Prakash Educational Society, faculty members and my dear student friends. A very warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you. On this auspicious occasion of celebration of SciQuest 2025, a science festival, intercollegiate science festival. And this festival is dedicated to innovation, exploration, organized on the occasion of this special day. We are proud to be hosting this event in our institution, which has been accredited with NAC A grade, a testament to our commitment to academic excellence, research, holistic development, and this recognition reflects the tireless efforts of our management, faculty, and students in maintaining high standards in education and innovation. National Science Day holds a special significance as we commemorate the contribution of Sir C.V. Raman, whose groundbreaking discovery of the Raman Effect earned India in its first Nobel Prize in Science. his spirit of inquiry, relentless pursuit of knowledge continue to inspire generations. At SciQuest 2025, we aim to provide a platform for students to think, innovate, and explore through various events, including science quiz, science project and model presentation, poster presentation, and PowerPoint presentations. We believe that such initiatives not only enhance scientific temperament but also foster creativity and problem-solving skills among the students. I sincerely thank our chief guest, Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad, Chief Operating Officer, CRAMSN Research Park, Hyderabad, and guest of honor, Professor K.V. Ramesh, Professor of Chemical Engineering, Andhra University, for gracing this occasion. My gratitude also extends to our principal, director, faculty members, and enthusiastic participants from our college and from other colleges. A special appreciation to our management for their constant encouragement and vision, which have been instrumental in making this event a reality. With this, I extend my best wishes to all of the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is my great pleasure to present the brief profile of Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad. Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad is currently working as Chief Operating Officer of CRAMSN Research Park Private Limited, located in Hyderabad, India. He completed his elementary education in a small village in Koppal district, Karnataka state. He did post-graduation from Gulbarga University and PhD in chemistry from Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. Under the guidance of Dr. A.P. Bahaduri, his notable work performed during his doctorate course involved isolation of natural products from the medicinal plants. He has received numerous honors for his notable innovative synthetic strategies adopted to develop chiral drug substances and designing alternative strategies and crystallization techniques to prepare the desired polymorphic forms. Dr. Mathad has over 90 plus research publications in national and international journals and over 120 plus patents to his credit. Academically, he secured gold medal for being a topper in MSc Organic Chemistry from Gulbarga University, India, and Young Scientist Award from Indian Council of Chemists during 1995 for his notable research work in medicinal chemistry on natural product-inspired small molecule. He attained vast knowledge and experience in the field of polymorphism over the past 2 decades. He has visited several countries including US, Canada, Spain, France, Germany, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Scotland, Poland, Netherlands, Sweden, Brussels, Budapest, and Japan for building the business relations with the overseas customer at respective pharma organizations during his tenure. Overall, he is a seasoned, people-focused, target-oriented, humble, and persistent leader, having spent 3 decades of his life in establishing and prospering the research and development to thrive innovative and creative solutions to succeed the pharmaceutical business through his skills in organic process research development. We are deeply grateful for Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad's presence and look forward to his valuable insights. Now, I would request Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad, Chief Operating Officer of CRAMSN Research Park Private Limited, Hyderabad, to address the gathering. Sir, could you please oblige us?
Respected teachers, and then dear students, and then colleagues, and Professor Ramesh. Before going to start, I would like to chant a shloka. Buddhi Balam, Yashodhairyam, Nirbhayatvam Arogathaha, Ajaadyam, Vakhya Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet. So there are 8 elements comes in this. Buddhi, It's a knowledge. It's a wisdom. The point number 1. Buddhi. So at most important, since being a science day, I am going to touch a little bit of innovation and creativity. What is innovation? What is creativity? While Professor discussing, welcoming us, he said that the innovative strengths and creative strengths of what C.V. Raman made him grab the Nobel Prize. So what are that elements required? What are those elements required to be innovative and creative? That's what I would like to touch for 30-35 minutes. First one is Buddhi. Second one is, Buddhi means wisdom, knowledge, without which you cannot do anything. At most, for even moksha, for your salvation, what you need is a knowledge. Unless you have a knowledge, you have a wisdom, you cannot achieve anything. Therefore, first and foremost thing which required for an innovation and creativity is the knowledge. That is Buddhi. Second one is Balam. It may be a physical Balam or it may be a mental Balam. Balam means Shakthi, right? The energy, power. So that power may be any kind of power. Balam. Second one is Yashah. Buddhir, Balam, Yashah. Yashah means success. If these two are there, then you will get Yashas. Yashas means success. Right? So Yashas means success. Yashah. It's breaking. Yashah. Okay? Yashah means success. Yashas, bolte Yashas. Okay? So third one is Yashah. So you always try to strive towards the success. Yashas. You should move towards the Yashas. Buddhi, Bala, Yashah. Fourth one is Dhairya. Dhairya means courage. You need to have a courage to do things in your life that will take you to the positive wealth, innovative wealth. So without having the courage, you cannot do anything. Therefore, you need to have a courage. So, Yasho Dhairyam, Nirbhaya. So, courage when it comes, Nirbhaya means, so fearlessness. You don't have to have a fear. So that's called fearlessness. You have to have a fear. There are so many fears. क्या होता है पता नहीं है. Whether should I do it or not? If I become fail, what to do? Right? There is a fear of failure. So the fear of failure is the biggest pain for the success. So they are all, you see, all this, whatever the shloka which I have said, they are very systematically ordered. Buddhir, Balam, Yasho, Dhairyam, Nirbhayatvam. Nirbhayatvam means fearlessness. Arogathaha. Arohana, Avrohana. Arohana means going up. Avrohana means coming down. Arogathaha means gachami, gachantu, gachami. Arogathaha means rising up. You have to rise in your life. How to rise in your life? So you should have to have a aim of rising in your life. That is Arogathaha. That is one of the character. Arogathaha. Ajaadyam. Jadya means laziness. Jadya means laziness. You should be very active, inactive. Ajaadyam means laziness. Ajaadyam means activeness. You should be active all the time. Arey jao yaar, kya karenge? To class hai na, arey unka class hai, kya karenge? You know, we become very lazy. So do that one, lazy. Uthne ke liye, lazy. Morning, we have to get up. We become lazy, right? So then we have to go, so mummy or papa says, go and get something. We become lazy. Mama, baad mein jaunga. So this laziness, baad mein padenge, right? This laziness, I think it become a biggest hurdle in your life. You should be active like a football. What happens? Football, once you throw, 10 times it stops, right? So now you should feel like a football. You should be very, very active. So, Ajaadyam, Vakhya Patancha means oratory skills. So, in Kannada, there is a proverb. Maatu ballavaniಗೆ ಜಗಳವಿಲ್ಲ, ಊಟ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ರೋಗವಿಲ್ಲ. Those who speaks well, those who speaks nice, those who speaks sensibly, they don't fight with anyone. They never get any enemies in their life. So they know how to tackle the situation. Either it may be his kid, or it may be his boss, or it may be his student, or it may be his colleague, whomsoever he may be. While speaking, you have a skill of speaking nicely, intelligently, focusedly, that you never face any problem in your life. You never get enemy. That is the power of oratory skills. Right? So, Vakhya Patancha. How this all will come? Hanumat Smaranadvaya. So you know Pawan, Pavaman, we call Hanuman. It is not just Hanuman a monkey god. Whole life will be less if you want to understand in Pawan. So therefore, these are the things which are very essential in our life to lead successful life. If you want to lead successful life, you should be innovative and creative. If you want to be innovative and creative, you have to again follow all these 8 elements which has been discussed just now. With this small context, I would like to take you to a small story. Okay, so it is not that I am discussing with you. Maybe it may be a function. You feel anything on innovation and creativity, so you just ping me or you disturb me, you stop me. Sir, this is not. Sir, what is this? How can it be happen? So if at all you want to have an ask a question, you can ask a question. I have 30 minutes or 40 minutes, which I would like to do a justice for coming here. And then I should thank Narendra Babu sir for giving this opportunity to interact. I love interacting with the students. Okay, I like very much the students. Story, I would like to tell a story, a small story. Then I would like to shift to a proper the subject. There was a school in Sweden. It is the end of the 17th century, beginning of the 18th century. In a school, there was a conversation between teacher and a student. It's a physics class. Student was supposed to score 100 out of 100, but the teacher gave him 96. The 4 marks he lost. So student argued that whatever the answer which I have written is correct. You have to give me full marks. I have credit to get all the full marks. 100% you have to give no. Maybe that is right answer, but that's not scientifically correct. That may be a right answer, that is not scientifically correct. The question was, with the help of barometer is the small rod or small pipe used to measure the pressure. With the help of barometer, how do you measure the height of the building? So that student has written, take a long rope, tie the barometer at one end of the rope, go to the top of the floor, and you leave the rope until the barometer touches the ground. When it touches the ground, you mark it and measure the rope, and that is the height of the building. But what we want to know is height of the building. Logically, that is the right answer. But it's not scientifically correct. But we want to understand the height of the building. What is the problem? So no, it cannot be. That argument was happening. Then there was a university, and they called one third judge, third examiner. Let us try to take the unnecessary, this one, bias. We'll call the third person. Then whatever he said, we both agree. The agreement happened. They called the third professor from the other university, Professor K. And then he discussed, he called the student, and then they both were in the room, and he asked, so is this the answer correct? Do you think this is not correct? Boy asked, do you think it is not correct? No, it is correct, but why you have written this answer? I liked it. It's a simple answer. I written this. So how many answers you know? I know many answers. I know many answers. It is not that only one answer is that. Any of you know this story? Okay, good. Thank you. That's good. That made my day well. Okay, so then I give one chance to you. I give 5 minutes. I give 5 minutes. You sit on the table, take a paper, and write one more answer. Then accordingly we take a decision. That boy sat there, and a pen and paper, and then 4.5 minutes he didn't write anything. Then he realized, you don't know anything, unnecessary, don't argue with me. You don't know. He said that, I know many things, I am struggling which answers to be written. I don't know what answers to be right. I am struggling which answers to be written. And he's quite okay, go ahead, whatever you write. He written the answer. Just within few seconds he written the answer and given it back to the professor. Professor read it, then called the teacher and gave the full marks to him. Then the answer was, again, take the rope, tie the barometer at the end of one rope, and go to the top of the building, call your friend, and ask him to oscillate the rope. And you switch on the stopwatch, number of oscillations per minute you count, and based on the physics law, you can calculate the height of the building. That's very simple. It is not written in the textbook. No teachers have taught these answers to him. It was scientifically correct. Then professor became very stunned. Why this boy is unable to write the proper answer? Then he called him again. He come here. Do you know any answer? I know many answers. Then, okay, tell me one more answer. Okay, you have done at the ground level. The gravity G at the ground level is different. Gravity G at the top level is different. Do the same experiment. Take the rope, go to the top of the building, oscillate the barometer and count the number based on the gravity, put the gravity, and based on the gravity you calculate the height of the building. Okay? You have one more? Yeah, one more. What is that? But you have to sacrifice the barometer. What is that? So ask your friend, send him to the top floor, take the barometer and ask him to drop the barometer. When the barometer touches the ground, stop. The speed distance. Okay, physics law. Based on again physics law, you can calculate the height of the building. The item, the barometer which traveled with the speed from the top floor to ground floor, so it takes some distance. So based on the time of reaching the ground, you can calculate the height of the building. Okay, the best answer, mathematical answer I'll give is that. Take the barometer. You have to come to building either morning at 11 o'clock or evening at 3 o'clock. You put the barometer on the ground like this. You put the barometer and you can see the shadow. So put the barometer, measure the height of the barometer and measure the shadow of the barometer and measure the shadow of the building. Based on the proportion, mathematics, you can calculate the height of the building. So professor becomes stunned. So why you are not telling the right answer which is written in the textbook and teachers have taught it? I am fed up with these teachers. They do not allow us to think. They want us to write whatever it is written in the book. So therefore, the moral of the story, you know what is his student here? He is Neil Bohr. He is Neil Bohr. The professor, you know who is that professor? Can you guess? You know who invented or who described the structure of an atom? Neil Bohr, right? There was a Rutherford modification, right? So the professor was Rutherford. The professor, he came as a third examiner, was a Rutherford. So now the story is one side. Story is one side. What we learn from this story is the creativity, right? The students' creativity. How that creativity comes. How that innovative mindset will come. Right? What is that innovation? What is that creativity? How? What we going to do with this innovation and creativity? Ultimately, why we are studying? Why you are here in the school? Why I am coming from all the way there to here? And why all these teachers are struggling? Right? Ultimately, though you are innovative and creative, ultimate goal of the innovation and creation is a wealth. Right? We have to create a wealth. So there are two kinds of wealth again. There are two kinds of wealth. One is tangential wealth. One is intangential wealth. Right? Tangential wealth is a measurable wealth. Intangential wealth is a immeasurable wealth. You cannot count that wealth. C.V. Raman, when he did that experiment, he took different kind of oils. Water, coconut oil, honey, castor oil, and different kind of the water saturated with the different solutions, the sugar solution, salt solution. He took, and he conducted that experiment at that time with the 16 rupees 20 cents. There is a document. 16 rupees 20 cents he spent to conduct his experiment. The cost of the experiment is 16 rupees. Now you know the Raman instrument. We do a lot of Raman experimentation to understand the characteristics of the material. In the material science, left and right Raman instrument we use. The top end Raman instrument today is more than 4 crore. The Raman instrument is more than 4 crore. That's good.
Sorry for this.
Pleasure meeting you. I would like to thank you for creating such a wonderful atmosphere. I think I know how much you might have worked with your colleagues to build this kind of empire. And then all credit, I think, visionaries and people like you building the young India. I wish you all the best from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I was telling about the Raman. The experiment he conducted was 16 rupees 20 cents. In that 16 rupees, he completed the experiment. When he wrote an article and submitted, nobody realized the index, refractive index. So when the people have come out and then they realized the similar kind of phenomena, and already there was a publication with Raman, and they are bound to give the Nobel Prize to him. So today, his experiment, his instrument, Raman instrument, every industry, every R&D center in pharmaceutical industry has the Raman instrument. We too have one Raman instrument, that is 4+ crore. Now the wealth he created is one instrument is 4 crore. All over the world, more than millions of instruments were sold. They are called Raman instruments. Millions of instruments, hundreds of lakhs of instruments are sold across the world as a Raman instrument. They are called as, that is a wealth he created. What is this wealth? Whether it is a tangential wealth or intangential wealth? Intangential wealth. Right? So now we are studying, we are reading, we are focusing on something. Somebody reading chemistry, somebody reading physics, somebody reading management, somebody reading mathematics, somebody reading engineering. Different specialization you people are taking. Right? Now the major element of creativity and innovation is utterly missing. Why we read? We want to get first class and get the job and create a wealth. That is wrong. If you are scoring a 90% marks without innovation and creativity, you score 35, doesn't matter. There are so many people who scored 35. I am a person, I scored only 33 marks in my second year. I became later on gold medalist in organic chemistry. So you need to fail. You need to fail. Again and again you need to fail. Right? creation of wealth requires innovation and creativity. That innovation and creativity, which I was telling, tangential wealth and intangential wealth. The wealth he created is an intangential wealth. Next part, Tata, Birla, Ambani, wealthiest people, right? So those wealth can be measured. Who is the richest person? The Reliance Ambani is the 7th richest person today in the world. 7th or 8th richest person in the world. It is measured. But compare the wealth which Raman created, wealth which Ambani created. Right? So we can create that kind of wealth by doing a business, but we cannot create a wealth by doing a business like a Raman. That's the one part. Right? Again, you come back to go to Lata Mangeshkar. Right? What is her wealth? What is her wealth? Throat. Right? So we didn't find any other Lata Mangeshkar on the earth. Right? That is the wealth, her wealth. You know? Okay, come back to cricket. Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli. What is their wealth? Their wealth is a cricket. Their wealth is a cricket. They play and they become famous all over the world. Right? So you take a football player, many football players are there, right? Many football players are there. Now you need to decide what is your wealth. Towards which wealth you would like to work or you would like to focus. That is important. For that, what you need is innovation and creativity. So what is innovation and what is creativity? Can anyone tell what is innovation and what is creativity? Whatever Raman discovered, what is Raman discovered? Whether it is an innovation or a creativity.
Raise the voice, please.
What is that? Whether it is an innovation or a creativity.
Tell loudly. Innovation.
It's an innovation. When he innovated, that's invention. That's invention. Wonderful. Excellent answer. When the invention is being done, that philosophy theory, Raman theory, when any light passes through a liquid, it either bends towards the axis or opposite to the axis. Right? That's a refraction will happen. Refraction. Some rays will be diffracted, some rays will be refracted. So now the theory has been used and started creating a instrumentation. Right? Now Raman instrument have come. That Raman instrument, they created a version 1, version 2 from 18th century onwards or 19th century mid onwards. Till date, there are almost around 50 versions of the Raman instruments have come. The modified version, next modified version, next modified. Today, the top version of the Raman machine. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you want to understand some polymorphism, solid state characteristics of the material, and if you need to understand the structural arrangements within the drug substance, if you want to really understand, ultimately we have to some polymeric compounds. If you have to subject it for Raman instrument, it will tell complete picture of how the atoms are arranged, how the things are arranged within the drug substance. So now the versions after versions, they modify. The modified version of the instrument, whether it is an invention or a creativity. Yes, the invention is different, creativity is different. So you need to be creative. You need to be creative to invent something. You need to be inventive to create something. You got it? Unless you are creative, you cannot invent. Unless you are inventive, you cannot create. So therefore, what you need to focus on, like Neil Bohr, when you open the chapter, what is not written in the book. So one is understanding what is written. One is understanding what is written. While reading, you read one sentence. We try to understand, our life will go in understanding the sentence only. We never extend or extrapolate our brain above the sentence or beside the sentence or this side of the sentence. We restrict our mind to the reading. So therefore there are several ways of reading. There are several ways of reading. One is physical reading. Just you read it. Just you read it. Second one is intellectual reading. You are reading to try to understand, build your IQ on the sentence which is mentioned over there. That is intellectual reading. You know, liars. That is called legal reading. That's called legal reading. When they read it legally. What constitutes, what do not constitutes. What is covered, what is not covered. So you know, any liar's document, we do not understand the language. But if you really go into the picture, that meaning, it's tremendous. That legal language is very, very different. There's someone, they read between the lines. Right? They read between the lines. So now when you start reading, these kind of reading make you read beyond what is written. Then you will get an analysis mind. While analyzing, you start thinking suddenly, someday birds are flying, nobody knows. Some centuries before, somebody thought birds are flying. So why can't I fly? Suddenly a question came. So if the birds are flying, why can't I fly? So that made him invent. That is inventiveness. Creativeness. That's a creativeness. So when somebody invented the helicopter or plane, today how many what version of the planes are available, right brothers, when they invented, today where we are. So therefore invention and creativity can make you a wealthy person. To become wealthy, you study. That is very fundamental. That is required. Along with that, how do you study? What your teacher said. Whether anybody say to you, nobody can say 100% perfectly. Nobody can say 100% perfectly. You have to imagine, expand the power of imagination and try to understand what is written over there. Then you try to expand and expand and expand. You feel that there is a gap. Yeah, there is a gap. So there is a gap. Here is a gap. Why this is a gap? Whether they did not know it or did not mention it. Right? So that is called analytical mind. So when you get analytical mindset, then you slowly get to know that, okay, here is the gaps. You identify the gaps. Without analytical mindset, neither you understand the meaning, nor you get to know that what is missing in the subject. So therefore, while studying, you should study like a Neil Bohr. He didn't write, and I also don't know what is the answer which is written in the book. So that analytical mind, assessment of each word which is written over there, when you expand it, magnify it, extrapolate it, then you will get a missing points. Then when you assess the missing points with your analytical mind, you will get suddenly a question. Some mango falls on his head. Hey, why did it fall? Why did it go up? It exists. It doesn't mean that before Newton, gravity doesn't exist. Gravity exists before also, but it is only discovered. It's only discovered. Now I used the third word. Right? One is inventive. Second one is creative. And third one is discover. Now there are millions of subjects, millions of objectives, or millions of the theories, millions of phenomena. They are undiscovered yet. They are undiscovered. I'm just listen, undiscovered yet. The phenomena exist, but we are unable to discover. So therefore, you have to have a analytical. I am repeatedly stressing you so that my coming here in your life till you become a successful person. There was a gentleman from Hyderabad, a tall man came and he has spoken around 10-15 minutes. These are the 5 words he taught me. Yes, it made me my life. If you remember, my coming here is going to be justified. His effort is going to be justified. His effort is going to be justified. And my effort is going to be justified. Okay? Analytical mindset, innovation, creativity, and discovery mindset. And proper reading of what is written over there. And then types of reading which you people need to do. So, I think another 2-3 minutes.
These takes are
You can take a whatever time.
Now what happens? Too much of medication becomes.
This is totally different medication, different what you are,
You know that the nature is the wonderful teacher to us yesterday, which we were discussing. How many of you are from chemistry background? Okay, you are from chemistry background. Okay, physics background. Okay, engineering background. So you are from you are degree students, right? Okay. You do understand chemistry? Little bit? Fine. Any medicines which we are taking today, because I am from the chemistry background, drug discovery background, drug manufacturing background, even sir is also from the drug discovery and drug manufacturing background. So there is a called chiral chemistry or chirality. You heard of chirality? You heard of chiral carbon? The chiral carbon, 4 substituents, different substituents make a carbon chiral. When it becomes a chiral, there are 2 isomers possible. One is S isomer, another one is R isomer. Okay, one is S isomer, another one is R isomer. Now, you imagine a substance, drug substance, or any substance for that matter, any chemical compound, which has mandelic acid, succinic acid, tartaric acid. If you see, there are 2-3 carbons, and then we have a carbons there. They are attached to 4 different substituents. If you go to the nature, there is a drug, there is a compound which is there in a tree bark. There are 41 carbon, 2 isomers. 40 carbon, chiral carbon, 2 to the power of 40. 2 to the power of 40. How much it is going to be? Around 80,000, something like that. So out of, imagine around 16-20,000 isomers, God has put only 1 isomer. God has put only 1 isomer in the bark. Remaining 15,999 isomers, he never synthesized, they never existed. So 1 isomer, which not this life, even the professor like and me like, next 10 life also will come. It is very difficult to synthesize all those 16,999 isomers on the lab. Who has created that selectivity? Precisely who brought that selectivity? The nature. The nature, the God. Like, there are many things exist on the earth. Right? Many things exist on the earth. We don't know what we don't know. When you know that I don't know this, then the innovation, creativity, discovery, the hunting to understand will happen. Right? So therefore, you people, more than book, more than teacher, more than parents, at this age, you should explore the nature. You should explore the nature. You should read behind what is written. That can make you a wealthiest person. That wealthy is a wealth like a Raman, or wealthiness like a Sachin Tendulkar, or wealthiness like an Ambani, or wealth like a Tata and Birla. So what is the wealth you select is up to you. So with this remark, I would like to thank, and I would like to thank you all young minds for listening me carefully, peacefully, and thank you very much.
Message. It's my honor to present the brief profile of Professor K.V. Ramesh, Department of Chemical Engineering, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. Professor K.V. Ramesh did his post-graduation in Chemical Engineering from Andhra University and Ph.D. in Chemical Engineering from Andhra University. Professor K.V. Ramesh, even after Ph.D., he did his Master Science in Yoga in 2022, Master Science in Philosophy in 2023, M.Tech in Computer Science and Technology from Andhra University in 2025. Undoubtedly, every one of us has to derive the quality of the quest for knowledge. He had vast expressive 30 years teaching and research experience at various levels of UG, PG and PhD. His expertise and commitment to education throughout his career, he had held several key positions including Chairman, Board of Studies of Chemical Engineering, Andhra University, Subject Expert for Department of Science and Technology, UGC and UPSC. Member, Editorial Advisory Board, Tecnica Italiana, Italian Journal of Engineering Science. A dedicated researcher, Professor Ramesh has guided 16 research scholars successfully completing their PhD degrees. He had also reviewed and published more than 135 papers for international journals. He had received various awards and prizes. Kulur Memorial Award, Indian Institute of Chemical Engineering, NRC Award, Chemical Weekly Award from Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers. Best Paper Awards, Sir Gangaram Memorial Awards from the Institute of Engineers, Sri V.T.C. Reddy Research Gold Medal from Andhra University, Telugu Vijnana Paritoshikam from AP Government in 1985 and so on. It's my great pleasure to invite on stage Professor K.V. Ramesh. Sir, could you please oblige us?
Thank you very much. I thank very much the management of Sri Prakash and all the dignitaries that are present here. So, very good words and a good direction has been given by the respectable speaker who already spoke before me, Dr. Vijayavitthal. And I tell, of course, a few points because I hope most of the students present here are from rural background. Now, generally, there are certain myths. Two myths are people from cities. General myth is people from cities achieve a lot. That is one thing. And second one is genius only will achieve. These are the two common myths. But generally they were only myths. And they are only myths. For example, if we take the case of the leaders in India, whether they are political leaders or leaders in various professions, celebrities, or leaders in industry, or leaders in education, if we just look at them, for example, present Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he was from a village. And even the chief ministers of many states are from villages. Topmost successful leaders are from villages. And topmost businessmen are also from villages. So one thing that what we can observe is, being born in a village is an advantage, it's not a disadvantage. So most of you are advantages, that is point number one. Probably people who are born in cities may have a better starting point than the people born in villages. A starting point, but definitely not the destination. The destination, best destination will definitely reached by the people who started their journey from villages. That is one point. And another point is, generally we think that there are people who probably secure more marks are more likely to succeed in the life. but that may not be true always. May be false on many occasions. Generally, we see many people whose performance is somewhat average in academics are more likely to succeed in their lives, are more likely to achieve their goals. The reason is that probably the person who appeared to have secured more marks may be more like a bookworm, may could have missed the realities of the outside world. And that is one area, and probably in many of these students, a kind of ego or a kind of egotism, self-highness they may feel. So that rather prevents that individual from learning from all other sources. Now, basically, when we are advantageous, that is what is advantage of being a student from a village is, the student will have more exposure towards nature, and is knowingly or unknowingly is provided with observation skills. Basically, anybody who wants to succeed in the life should be highly skillful in all required areas, whatever that are required for his goal or for his journey. Now, these observation skills will definitely help him to understand his own self and also understand the world. Although the starting point from the village background may be somewhat lower, but destination is definitely the individuals will reach the best. So this is an advantage for you. That is point number one. And number two, mostly every individual, every one of you is provided with many qualities, many positive qualities and talents. But the only thing is, how many of you know your own talents? When you can know your own talents, that is number one. And number two, how to best utilize them in such a way to achieve your goals. So we should have that discretionary power to keep our talents in line and improving our necessary talents towards achieving our goal. So we have to keep our efforts in such a way to see that our goal is reached, and necessary talents may be acquired or may be learned, and what are the talents you already possess are to be improved. Now, what are the hurdles for that? There are few hurdles usually. The first hurdle is our own self. Our own self is a hurdle for our growth. So first of all, we should identify anything that we are doing. For example, today I am doing something. Say I am spending 1 hour and using my mobile phone gadget. Now we have to just verify or check your own self whether this 1 hour I am spending on browsing, is it in line with my goal or not. If it is not in my line with goal, in my goal reaching line, then keep it away. So likewise, every one of our own activity, what we do, we should always check out, and then at the end of the day, before sleeping, it is better to analyze what we have done on that day, what good we have done and what unfavorable things that we have done. Just make an estimation and take a strong resolve that tomorrow we will not do such rather unproductive things, and we will go with the productive things. So this is one more way that we can always keep ourselves in a positive direction in reaching the goals. And the most important thing, what is a goal? Generally, one should have a proper goal. So whatever the goal, a practical goal. So any goal is practical. It's only the brain is our own mind is the limitation. But whatever the practical goal that you keep, and whether all your efforts are in the direction or not, that is what is to be examined, and the efforts are to be kept accordingly. So that is one point I wish to highlight. Now, the next most important point, this is an advice to you, is nowadays the globe has become a village. The world is a village now. And now whatever the businesses, whatever the employment, everything, whatever we speak nowadays, it is across the globe. you know many people working in different countries. Most of you could have people, you know, maybe in your relatives also. But if one has to succeed in his own life or to achieve your goals, English knowledge about English, knowledge in English, English language knowledge is essential. Working knowledge of English, professional level knowledge is highly essential for anyone to succeed in these days. So, but acquiring English knowledge, language knowledge is not that much easy. We have to keep consistent or regular efforts. Every day we have to keep effort. Probably a student who joins a degree in first year, if he keeps 15 minutes or 20 minutes a day, likewise for 3 years, then he will be very good at English at the end of the degree. And anyone who wants to start English learning now itself, they can start from today itself. Take very good books. Books are available. Start from tenses. Start from tenses first, and then learn good vocabulary. And then maybe in 1 year one will stand at least in an acceptable level of English. So what I want to highlight is learning English is very much essential for one's success, and you only is an obstacle for your own growth. Identify the ways where you have to correct yourself, and then how to keep effort in a positive direction in order to achieve your goals. Keep acquiring skills, and then rather work on your own deficiencies, and then which things you have to leave away, you have to leave them away, and every act, whatever you undertake, just check whether that act is in line with your goal or not. So with these few words, because all of you are very much eager, and everything whatever that wanted to be told, be advised to you is very well presented by Dr. Vittal. So therefore you are all very well informed, and one point I wish to highlight is, there are many colleges, schools in Andhra Pradesh, we know, and in the present day, the schools or colleges, or rather the educational institutions with values are almost we cannot find. Although to inculcate values in the young brains, the educational institution should follow them. But I don't see any educational institution which is following the values, and it is you are all very fortunate enough that there is this institute which is almost reaching nearly the golden which is following values. They are not doing business. They are rather giving education. They are standing for values, not for business, not for money. And it is so great and so fortunate for the people of these areas that the Sri Prakash, the name itself says Prakash, it glows. It glows like a sun, giving so much of radiance of education, knowledge to all these areas. And by leading that to Sri, wealth. Wealth is not just money alone. Wealth is the knowledge wealth. So with all these things, I wish you all the best and have a very nice day. And thank you all for your
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and inspiring words. Ladies and gentle people, after a rare combination of enlightening and exciting participation on National Science Day, first let me start with vote of thanks. In this context, I would request Dr. A.R.K. Reddy, Principal, Spaces Degree College, to present vote of thanks. Sir, could you please mobilize us?
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, colleagues, and dear students, a very good evening to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks on this special occasion, that is SciQuest and Intercollegiate Science Day celebrations. Today, we have witnessed a remarkable journey of learning, inspiration, and scientific exploration, which is made possible by many members. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Vijayavitthal T.Mathad for Chairman, CRAMSN Office, MSN Group of Laboratories, for accepting our request and spending his valuable time with us. Thank you very much, sir. And your session is truly insightful, emphasizing that importance of 8 different qualities for getting success in career as well as in life. Thank you very much, sir. And I also extend my sincere thanks to Professor K.V. Ramesh, Department of Chemical Engineering, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. We have been in long association with you, sir, as the university representative for our college. We are very thankful to you for providing your valuable support in various college developmental activities. We are grateful to you, sir, for your wonderful session today. Thank you very much, sir. And I also express my sincere gratitude to our management, who are constantly encouraging and for their unwavering support for conducting this type of event. It is because of the constant support only we are able to conduct these meaningful gatherings. Our beloved President, sir, Dr. Kantipudi Narendra Babu, sir, and Secretary and Correspondent, sir, and our Joint Secretary, C.H.V. Prakash, these 3 people, they are supporting greatly for conducting this type of events. We are very thankful to you, sir. And I also express my gratitude to my faculty members. We have worked hard for the last 1 week to conduct and to make this event a grand success. And least but not last, I am thankful to all the students who have participated enthusiastically, the students who are the heart and soul of this event. Because of your enthusiastic participation and passion for science, today is made a vibrant and colorful day. So I am very thankful to you and your faculty members who are coming from various other colleges. Thank you all. And let us carry forward this spirit and scientific temper for our bright future. And once again, I am thankful to you all for your contribution for this today National Science Day celebrations. Thank you.
Now it's time for honoring the staff delegates. Now I deem it a rare privilege to invite our beloved President, Dr. Kantipudi Narendra Babu, to honor the staff delegates. Sir, could you please mobilize us?
much. Next year, when you are preparing for a presentation, your poster must reflect title of the project, your name and college name. You must feel proud to write that. Remember kindly, and request to the teachers also, all respective college teachers, the title of the poster or title of the research topic, and students who are participated, even guide, co-guide, who are guided, and college name. These three must reflect. Okay? Thank you very much.